gentlemen, what unfolded in Dubai last night wasn't just an insult. It was a brutal twist of the knife on a nation still bleeding from the humiliation of Operation Sindoor. India's men in blue handed Pakistan its third straight defeat to win the Asia Cup. Now, I would have loved to say Team India clinched the trophy for the 9th time. But unfortunately, due to the pathetic pettiness of the defeated side, yes, Pakistan, make no doubt about that, our champions could not lay their hands on what they truly deserved and had won. The trophy and the medals were ordered to be taken away by the chairman of Asian Cricket Council and Pakistan Cricket Board's Mohsin Naqvi. But what really can one expect from a man who also happens to be minister in Shahbaz Sharif's cabinet? After all, this is a country that promotes generals who preside over military humiliations. Actually, for all we know, even as we speak, someone in Pakistan may already be drafting Mohsin Naqvi's citation for the next Nishan-e-Pakistan. Who knows? However, Team India did not let this dampen their spirits and their march as heroes into a hut. And why did India refuse to accept the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi? Those speaking of sportsmanship to raise objections to India's boycott need to see some of his posts on social media, and they will know that he is the one injecting politics into cricket. For example, this image he reposted of Pakistani players wearing flight suits with snapshots of fighter jets in the background under the caption "Final Day," a not-so-veiled reference to Pakistan's false claims of bringing down Indian jets during Operation Sindoor. Or this one where he jumps to defend Pakistan's batsman Sahibzada Farhan's AK-47 gesture on the field. And make no mistake that he is a politician first, the Interior Minister of Pakistan first, because during Operation Sindoor, he declared the terrorists killed by Indian forces as innocents and martyrs.
ये एक बचपना है. हम लोग जब छोटा था तो हम लोग कोई दूसरा टीम का साथ मैच खेलता हूं. अगर हमारा टीम हार गया तो एक टीम जो हार जाता है वो ट्रॉफी लेके भागता है. मेरे ख्याल से तो मेरे काल जो पुराना हम लोग का बचपन में होता था वो चीज दोबारा देखने को मिला है. उसका कोई राइट नहीं है ये ट्रॉफी अपना रूम पे ले जाएगा. कल एक एसीसी का मैच मीटिंग होने वाला है दुबई में. इसका बारे में प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे और हम लोग का कोशिश जारी रहेगा कि वो ट्रॉफी और मेडल जल्दी से जल्दी भारत को लौटा दिया जाए.
As Pakistan sulks and whines, Prime Minister Narendra Modi led India in congratulating the team for its spectacular success. Prime Minister called the outcome of Asia Cup final as Operation Sindoor on the games field, as he congratulated the Indian cricketers and none other than the captain Surya Kumar Yadav, Sky for every Indian, explained why this support is crucial in his exclusive chat with our sports editor Karishma Singh.
There have been a lot of congratulatory messages as well. You know, the PM coming out and saying Operation Sindoor on the field. The sports minister also saying Sarhad pe bhi haraya, yahan bhi haraya. You donating your entire match fees to the Indian Armed Forces. So there was a strong message as well.
Absolutely. I mean, even our honorable PM sir is also playing cricket on front foot. It's good to see, and if a strong leader like this is standing beside us, then we just have to go out, play a game with a cool mind, and just be relaxed and happy. And at the same time, it came in my mind suddenly that this little bit every Indian can do to help our armed forces, victims of Pahalgam attack. So I just thought of it and did it by surprise.
The opposition in India is now fuming over this post. Now, political potshots are understandable, but in their criticism of the Modi government, the India alliance is sparing no one. The cricketers are being accused of doing drama and gimmickry. Their fans are being dubbed as anti-nationals. By whom? Well, by the Congress party and its alliance partner.
Anybody who watched that match, anybody who's hailing that victory is anti-national. Anybody who's hailing that victory doesn't love this country.
हम टीम इंडिया को बधाई तो दे रहे हैं, लेकिन उसी के साथ हम ये भी कह रहे हैं कि पाकिस्तान को जो भी इससे रेवेन्यू मिला है, पाकिस्तान के लोग कहते हैं मसूद अजहर के लोग जो लोग मारे गए हैं उनमें हम खर्च कर, मतलब आतंकवाद को बढ़ावा देंगे। हमने एक चांस उनको दिया क्रिकेट खेलने का, उसमें उनको रेवेन्यू मिल रहा है, वो रेवेन्यू आतंकवाद पे खत्म होगा।
आप ट्रॉफी को हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे, उसके हाथ से नहीं लेंगे या कैप्टन से हाथ नहीं मिलाएंगे। अरे मैदान में एक साथ खेलते क्यों हो? फिर अगर आप खेलते हो तो ये नौटंकी मत करिए।
Curiously, leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi, who is currently in Colombia, hasn't so far found time to congratulate the Asia Cup winners, our own Indian team, leaving some wondering if he will come out only to question India's losses and not its gains, just like he did after Operation Sindoor. But who really is to blame for Operation Sindoor parallel? Just like in the case of the military operation to avenge Pahalgam, India bloc is now focused less on what has been achieved and more on what was not. For example, Somnath Bharti of the I.N.D.I.A party, just days ago, he had dared Indian captain to donate his entire match fee to the Indian soldiers and widows of Pahalgam terror attack victims and use the word औकात. औकात है तो donate करके बताओ. Today, has he been left red-faced? Will he have an apology as Surya Kumar just did what the doctor ordered?
सूर्य कुमार यादव, अगर तुम्हारी औकात है और तुम्हारी बीसीसीआई की औकात है और तुम्हारी आईसीसी की औकात है, तो तुम्हें दूसरी चुनौती भी देते हैं। जितना पैसा तुमने पूरे के पूरे धंधे में क्रिकेट के आपने कमाया है, दे दो उन शहीदों की विधवाओं को, 26 औरतों को दे दो सारा का सारा।
Came in my mind suddenly that this little bit every Indian can do to help our armed forces, victims of Pahalgam attack. So I just thought of it and did it by surprise.
वो जो उनकी थोड़ी सी फीस है, उससे उनका कुछ नहीं होगा, उससे ज्यादा पैसा तो लोग चंदा करके दे देंगे।
And here is the final nail in the coffin of the baiters. Pahalgam attack victim Vinay Narwal's father Rajesh Narwal says that Team India's gesture to not accept the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi has showed the nation who comes first in the nation, the victims and the martyrs.
उन्होंने जैसे कि इनिशियल स्टेज पर जो पहला मैच क्रिकेट का था पाकिस्तान के साथ, उसमें भी इन्होंने विरोध जताया था और उनके साथ हैंडशेक नहीं किया था, जिसका अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर पाकिस्तान ने पुरजोर कोशिश की कि इसको एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मुद्दा बनाया जाए। और कल भी ठीक उसी तरह इस जीत को 22 अप्रैल 2025 के जो शहीद हैं, जो विक्टिम शिकार हुए पहलगाम में, और उनके परिवार वालों को जो समर्पित की है ये ट्रॉफी, एक खेल भावना से ऊपर उठ के देश भावना और देश प्रेम को उन्होंने दिखाया है।
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight. Does celebrating India's win amount to being anti-national? Really? Do you believe in this definition of the Congress party? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining me on the Newshour tonight is Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining him is Sushant Sareen, senior analyst at ORF, Karan Verma, podcaster, analyst. Also joining the show, Somnath Bharti ji, former law minister of the I.N.D.I.A party, senior leader, joins the debate tonight. Also joining me this evening is Faizan Kidwai, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Sajid Supariwala, national spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray group. But my first question question goes to Congress supporter Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen Poonawala, you've been carrying out a campaign and you've been extremely agitated about the Asia Cup. Tonight, will you also have pet mein dard in congratulating the Indian team, given the fact that it's a wipeout of the Pakistani team that the Indian men in blue have done, and not just that, they've made a statement not accepting the trophy. Ultimately vote chori hui ke nahi, lekin trophy chori ho gaya. Lekin Rahul Gandhi hasn't had the time to even congratulate the Indian team. And Supriya Srinath says whoever watched the match last night is an anti-national. Really? I thought the Congress was not in the business of giving certificates to anybody. What happened to that?
Thank you for having me on the show, Navika. You're right. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Kushal Mehra, Sushant out here, and me, we were vehemently against this match being played. And I can tell you for myself, I haven't seen a single ball of the Asia Cup being played. I do congratulate our team. I do want our team always to do well. But may I please put 2 points across? And I'll just take a minute and a half. Last night of not taking the trophy, shaking hands, not shaking hands means nothing. Mohsin Naqvi is a piece of filth, the Interior Minister of Pakistan, the Asian Cricket Council head and PCB chief. And the fact that he wanted to nuke us was known way before the Asian Cricket Council. And the players had shook hands with him before. This is when all of us had vehemently, I remember Sushant and I had gone against BCCI. So BCCI put up this act only to assuage and get people's tempers down. That's first thing. Navika, the second thing that I want to tell very humbly. I believed and I stood by my Prime Minister when he said Operation Sindoor is paused, not over. I stood by my Prime Minister during Operation Sindoor. I believe that Pahalgam was the worst human attack. Pants were opened. People were forced to recite the Kalma and were shot on the basis of religion. But to compare this to Operation Sindoor, I think is not acceptable. As much as I stand by my Prime Minister in Operation Sindoor, you cannot compare what our braves did or the victims of Pahalgam's suffering to a cricket match. It isn't acceptable, hypothetically. And I support India. Say we would have lost. Would that diminish what our soldiers achieved in Operation Sindoor? I think the BJP, the BCCI and the government has misread what the people of India wanted. People were so angry. What happened yesterday post-match conference is only because they wanted to get people calmed down. But this is not what it stood for. They wanted to rape our women, enslave our women, and break Somnath Mandir. All of this before the Asia Cup was announced. Please don't fall for Pakistan's theatrics and don't make us fall for it. We've given Pakistan 35 crore rupees. 35 crore rupees. For every ball, there's a bullet coming our way, potentially in Navika.
Well, the bullet was coming our way even when Yasin Malik was being felicitated here in New Delhi. You didn't think about it then. A bullet was coming your way when Yaqub Memon and his entire case was taken back to the Supreme Court, but you didn't think much at that time. Suddenly, because the shoe's on the other foot, the bullet seems to be coming at you very rapidly. But does that justify Rahul Gandhi not congratulating the team? You may have your opinion, but not congratulating the team, is that something that you condone, number one? And labeling people anti-nationals, Pradeep Bhandari, I mean really rich coming from the Congress party and its alliances, saying that it is anti-national if you watch the match.
Well, Navika ji, let me begin my argument by quoting Rajesh Narwal, the father of late Vinay Narwal, and I quote, I congratulate the Team India and the entire nation for this victory. The Indian team refused to shake hands and Pakistan opposed it, saying it is against sportsmanship. But nationalism is above sportsmanship. This is true display of patriotism by our boys. They've refused to accept the trophy, gave a befitting reply to Pakistan. The entire country is proud. I agree with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement. We do not need lectures in patriotism and nationalism from fake nationalists sitting out here in the Congress party, which has not congratulated the Indian cricket team. The Congress was hoping that the operations, like it was hoping in Operation Sindoor and asking ki Hindustan ke kitne jaan gire, they were deep inside praying that Indian cricket team would have lost so that they could get a political brownie point. My argument is the following. The entire India is proud of the Indian cricket team because for them it was not a friendly cricket match. It was a sports battlefield. And the Indian cricket team not just humiliated Pakistan, not just thrashed Pakistan, but showed Pakistan its face like the Indian forces had shown it on the battlefield. Why is it the Congress party sulking down when the entire country is happy and proud? It was not a friendly cricket match, it was compulsion. And Rahul Gandhi in today's scenario would be asking his sister privately in a WhatsApp group that what about the 5 wickets that India lost? This is the exact mindset of the Congress party. And if Congress is here to give certificates on nationalism, we do not need it, because the Congress used to shake hands with terrorists. The Congress used to have biryanis with terrorists. Congress did not attack after 26/11. And it was Dr. Manmohan Singh, then late Prime Minister, who on the instruction of Sonia Gandhi even shook hands with the Pakistani cricket team after 26/11. And today P. Chidambaram revealed in one of the interviews that Sonia Gandhi had given instruction not to attack Pakistan after 26/11. So the entire Indian cricket team is proud. And there is an Aam Aadmi Party fellow panelist sitting here. He should be ashamed in front of the nation, because Saurabh Bharadwaj, a man and a sick mindset, was saying कि अगर दम है तो जाके अपनी पूरी मैच फीस जो है पहलगाम के को दे दो. सूर्य कुमार यादव
नहीं दम नहीं कहा, औकात कहा. औकात है, औकात है तो दे दो. मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ आज सोमनाथ भारती जी आपसे, औकात इंडियन क्रिकेट कैप्टन की औकात पूछी गई थी, आज औकात समझ में आ गई. डू यू बिलीव देयर शुड बी एन अपॉलॉजी फ्रॉम सौरभ भारद्वाज जी?
Navika, first of all, I want to understand whether Operation Sindoor is still on or not. Number two, as a Sanatani, in my religion, in Hindu religion, within a year of the death, no celebration takes place. No festival is celebrated. This incident, Pahalgam, happened on 25th of April, just 6 months. And we're celebrating, we're dancing that we have defeated Pakistan. All right? So ask those, sisters who have lost the husbands, that was the match so essential? In this period, which is called Sutak in Hindu religion, in Sutak, we do not celebrate any festival. Forget about a match. Number three, at the party which is to talk about एक सिर के बदले 10 सिर लाएंगे, लाल आंख दिखाएंगे, पीओ के वापस लेके आएंगे. Today soldiers are feeling ashamed that they did not get a chance to teach the Pakistan a lesson which they deserved. And then, what are we doing by this match?
I'll rebut that.
900 crores was earned by BCCI, and around $16 million, 1,400 crore would go to Pakistan. What will they do with this money? They'll buy more arms, more weapons. They'll come to India. They'll kill our, they'll make our sisters widows again. So it's what do you want us to celebrate? And then see this entire thing. Honorable Prime Minister said it, tweeted. Operation Sindoor is in the sports also. It was not a PM standard. And Nisikant Dubey could have done it. Anurag Thakur could have done it. All right. But Honorable PM is saying this. I mean, the pain of the sisters, the pain of the fathers is being trivialized. What are we doing? And then
Saurabh Bharadwaj Saurabh Bharadwaj, when he talked about औकात, वो क्या भारत की इज्जत को चार चांद लगा रहे थे?
This poster, Mohsin Naqvi, is shaking hand with the Prime Minister, with our captain. So is that, are you rubbing salt in the wounds of the sisters?
You called my Indian cricket captain.
And through this, you are rubbing salt in the wounds of all the ladies. You call this Operation Sindoor.
Telling and warning.
Is the badala over? So is the badala now will be taken by the cricket match? So the law, the loss of lives, the loss of lives in the war will be revenged by defeating them in the cricket match. Wow. What a big solution. And stop hiding behind Congress wrongs. You are in power for 11 years.
No, this is not about Congress wrongs, sir. I'm asking you about Saurabh Bharadwaj, a former minister in your government. I want to ask you, will you justify औकात statement of Saurabh Bharadwaj या उस पे कोई जवाब नहीं है आपका? You'll pretend it didn't happen.
Will BJP justify the killing of 26 Indian citizens by Pakistanis and then playing the cricket match. Ask them to justify.
So you have no response on Saurabh Bharadwaj. Let me get in Sushant Sareen. Sushant Sareen, emotionally, the country was still nursing raw feelings as far as the match is concerned. But then international cricket tournaments or international multilateral fora, there are certain, rules that govern us over there, whether we believe in it or not believe in it. But the fact of the matter is that today, when the team has come out victorious, the team has won 3 matches in a row, including a very hardly fought final. 1 minute, Somnath Bharti ji, take a deep breath. थोड़ी सी बात हमें भी रखने दीजिए. Sushant Sareen, do you think Rahul Gandhi's view of not congratulating the team, Saurabh Bharadwaj's view of औकात है कि नहीं Surya Kumar Yadav ki, are these things okay? We should condone it. And then Supriya Sreenate, everybody's conscience keeper, comes out and says whoever watched the match is an anti-national. Where do you stand on this?
So, Navika, I'm very clear. We should not have played the Asia Cup. And I thought we've done a big mistake by playing the Asia Cup, and for a variety of reasons. One was, of course, that Pahalgam is too raw. But I also say that cricket, being as important a sport that it is, if you need to weaponize it in the larger strategic game plan, then it should be weaponized against a terrorist state like Pakistan. I have no compunctions in admitting that I have been opposed to it. And let me also confess, I have, like Tehseen, I have not watched a single ball being bowled in this entire tournament. I've completely boycotted it. So I'm very clear on that. But I also have to admit that being an Indian, when I saw the news that India had won the match, I was elated. I can't tell you how over myself I was in happiness. So I'm sure that was my sentiment. I don't know about the sentiment of someone like a Saurabh Bharadwaj, who I believe it was in 2014 said that because he feared there would be rigging in elections, there will be civil war in this country. So these are people जो दूसरों की औकात दिखा रहे हैं. इन्होंने अपनी औकात दिखा दी थी by calling for civil war in this country. This is so I don't want to talk about him. I don't consider him worthy of talking about. But I would certainly expect that the leader of opposition, and I can completely understand. I can completely understand the sentiment of the leader of opposition, or even the Congress party, or the entire opposition being opposed to this Asia Cup tournament. For the reason that you should not be playing with Pakistan. Whether it's a national tournament, international tournament, and Navika, please don't give me that thing about, there are international rules and regulations. Then international rules and regulations should have also demanded that you go and take the trophy from whoever was giving it to you. Right? The fact that you also asserted yourself, and I'm all for it, that the Indian team did not take the trophy from the guy. He's a low-life, third-rate fellow. You should not have, taken the trophy from. I'm all for it. But the fact of the matter is, ideally, we should not have played. But having played and won, I don't think that the leader of opposition, if he had congratulated the Indian cricket team and said that I oppose it, but I congratulate the team, his stature would have come down. Again, my own sentiment is that, listen, if as a nation we decide to boycott a tournament, then yes, I don't think we should watch that tournament. So I wouldn't say somebody's anti-national, but I would say, what is your commitment to a certain cause if you will simply switch on the television?
I agree. I agree with you, Sushant Sareen, because I didn't watch a single ball myself. But yes, when the team wins and then makes a statement, of course, I will hold it extremely close to my heart, because at the end of the day, these are, men in blue representing our country India, and they've taught Pakistan a lesson. Whether I was in the first place convinced about whether the match was to be played or not to be played, but the fact that the victory is sweet and the fact that they made a statement on the ground, the whole issue was sweeter still. But Pradeep Bhandari, the important point that Sushant Sareen makes is the sentiment of the people. The sentiment of the people at this moment was कि अभी शायद समय नहीं था. What do you have to say about that sentiment?
Well, Navika ji, the sentiment of the people was reflected by the father of late Vinay Narwal, which is Rajesh Narwal ji, and the Prime Minister's tweet, which has got more than 2.4 crore people on just a social media platform X endorsing it. I want to just reiterate one very important statement, and imagine that you are as a viewer just listening to the statement. Just listen to the statement, it's a very important statement. Once I thought that it was a Pakistani cricketer speaking to the Indian cricket captain कि तुम्हारी औकात क्या है. Has the Aam Aadmi Party which demanded for proof of surgical strike spoken like this to a Pakistani cricketer, or even to an instance that terror state interior minister?
Somnath Bharti.
Why is it that the Indian cricket captain after winning why after winning also the Aam Aadmi Party is not apologized? Can a patriotic individual speak like this to the Indian cricket captain who was doing the national duty?
Somnath Bharti.
Are you trying to trivialize? Are you trying to trivialize? Well, just a moment, Navika ji, let me respond to the gentleman. Are you trying to trivialize the pain of the women who lost their husbands, the pain of the children who lost their fathers, the pain of the fathers who lost their sons?
That pain, or is
are you trying to trivialize?
Better person to express?
And let me tell you, gentlemen, please hold your horses.
Your
Hold your horses. Hold your horses.
No, Mr. Bharti, you hold your horses.
You are no patriot. You are not at all patriotic.
And you tell me.
By playing this.
Somnath Bharti ji, this country will not allow any political party to trivialize the pain of the 26 women. Please make no mistake. Not one Indian will allow this to happen. However, औकात की बात करने वाले अपने बयान पर क्यों explanation नहीं दे रहे, ये सबकी समझ में आ रहा है. No, I have asked you this question at least 5 times, and others have asked you. You have refrained from responding to that direct question. आप इधर उधर की बातें कर रहे हैं. फैजान किदवाई.
It's not Surya Yadav. Actual culprit for this cricket match is the government of India. In the words of Sunil Gavaskar.
लेकिन सौरभ भारद्वाज ने सूर्य कुमार यादव की औकात की बात की. आप तू इधर उधर की ना बात कर, ये बता कि ये कहा क्यों.
Will be born by somebody who is the face of the match.
Faizan Kidwai, I want to ask you, is it a moment of pride? You know, we've gone through this entire, should we have played, not played? Ultimately we played and the Indian team has won. Why is the India Alliance just so upset about the victory and the statement made by the men in blue?
Good evening, Navika. See, nobody is upset with the victory. Of course, we all are happy. We all are proud of our Indian cricket team. But Navika ji, ऐसा है कि the victory in a sport, वो देश की इज्जत से नहीं जोड़ी जा सकती. ऐसे जैसे तहसीन rightly pointed out, what if India would have lost the match? क्या हिंदुस्तान की इज्जत गिर जाती? बिल्कुल नहीं. So a sporting victory is one thing. But unfortunately, what has happened, and the problem with the Prime Minister's tweet, if you want to see, you just go and see the tweet. I saw the tweet. There are a lot of people who are commenting there, and they are saying that Narendra Modi, you should be ashamed of yourself, because Narendra Modi is trivializing the martyrdom of civilians and our jawans who were martyred because of his government's intel failure, and that's the reason. Just a second, Pradeep, I didn't interject while you were speaking. Let me complete my point. Right? Then you can sell your propaganda. Just let me complete my point. Kindly don't interject. See, Navika, we should also remember.
उनका point propaganda.
So, Navika, अगर मैं बीच में इनके बीच में नहीं बोला था ना, I wasn't interjecting him. So let me complete my point.
That is fair.
So Navika, you see, in 1974, if you remember, India reached the finals of Davis Cup. against South Africa. India was supposed to play, but India refused to play because of its long-standing foreign policy and commitment against the apartheid regime. And for that India was praised internationally. But this time, Narendra Modi had shown the same courage, because this time it's our people, our Jawans who were martyred, and by a terrorist country. By playing this match, you have in a way helped Pakistan make crores and crores of rupees, which will be eventually used to fund terror activities again in India. And why was this done? Why was this done? This was done because of Amit Shah's son Jai Shah, because of BCCI's greed for money.
Why don't you answer the question? अगर पाकिस्तानी टीम पर इतना गुस्सा आ रहा है, तो याकूब मेमन, यासीन मलिक पे इन लोगों को क्यों गुस्सा नहीं आया? करण वर्मा, should they not answer that question as well?
Please, may I इसका आंसर?
I'm running out of time. Karan Verma, please.
Can I speak now, please? नहीं, नाविका जी, ये जितने लोग हैं यहाँ पर, फैजान जी हो गए, तहसीन जी हो गए, I want to ask them a question. Why did they not ask Rajiv Shukla, Congress's Rajiv Shukla, who's the acting president of BCCI? Why did he not take a stand and say, I won't play Pakistan? क्या हुआ था वहां पर? मतलब बहुत अच्छा, आपको अपोज भी करना है और ये भी करना है. नाविका जी, फॉर सौरभ भारद्वाज टू से औकात तो इनको दिल्ली वालों ने दिखा दी. आज ये एक चैनल खोल के बैठे हुए बेरोजगार नेता अपनी सीट नहीं बचा पाए, दिल्ली ने इनको औकात दिखा दी. फैजान जी यहाँ पर बात कर रहे हैं हमारे देश के शौर्य की. इनके लाल बिहारी यादव, जो यूपी विधान परिषद के हेड है, उसने कहा था कि पहलगाम करवाया गया है. दैट वाज द समाजवादी पार्टी स्टेटमेंट. ये हिम्मत है इनकी. ये बातें देखिए, बीच में मत बोलिए प्लीज. सोमनाथ जी प्लीज बीच में मत बोलिए. नहीं नाविका जी, दिस इज नॉट फेयर. आई पेशेंटली वेटेड फॉर माई टर्न. दिस इज नॉट फेयर. नाविका जी प्लीज एक मिनट. सोमनाथ जी प्रिविलेज.
सोमनाथ जी प्लीज वेट फॉर योर टर्न. करण वर्मा,
क्या तरीका है? This is not fair. Please. Now, Navika ji, what Somnath Bharti just said, कि आप तो ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में पीओके लेने वाले थे. ट्रिविलाइज इन्होंने किया है. मैं बता दूं सोमनाथ भारती जी, कान खोल के सुनिए. 20-0 we hammered them in ऑपरेशन सिंदूर. 11 इनकी एयरबेसेस, 9 टेरर साइट्स एक न्यूक्लियर आर्म स्टेट में. अनप्रेसिडेंटेड. एंड व्हेन द प्राइम मिनिस्टर ट्वीट्स ऑपरेशन सिंदूर इन क्रिकेट फील्ड, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर इज अ सिंबल ऑफ विक्ट्री. इट इज अ सिंबल ऑफ विक्ट्री. इट इज अ मेटाफर फॉर विक्ट्री, चाहे वो किसी भी फील्ड में हो. हमने नहीं ट्रिविलाइज किया, ना प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने किया. आपने ट्रिविलाइज किया जब क्या कहा ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में कौन सा आपने पीओके ले लिया. आप तो पीओके के, आप तो आर्टिकल 370 तक के अगेंस्ट खड़े हुए थे. आप अपनी पार्टी का स्टैंड बताइए. प्रूफ मांगने चले थे आप. तो आप
बिल्कुल. एंड साजिद सोपारी वाला, योर पार्टी तो अनोखी पार्टी है. फॉर देम द इंडियन टीम इज नॉट द इंडियन टीम. इट इज बीसीसीआई एज अ सेपरेट एंटिटी. आई वांट टू आस्क यू, साजिद सोपारी वाला, रियली कि आप जब इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम मैच खेलती थी महाराष्ट्र में, मुंबई में, वानखेड़े में, तब आप उसे बीसीसीआई की टीम कहते हैं, जो आज आप बीसीसीआई को एक अलग एंटिटी मान रहे हैं. इज दिस रियली द स्पिरिट दैट द ऑपोजिशन इज शोइंग, एज इफ पाकिस्तान को नहीं हराया, आपको हरा दिया? इतना दर्द क्यों हो रहा है?
Before I reply to your question or your query, I would like to ask the BJP spokesperson the same question being asked by somebody else also, that whether the Operation Sindoor is still on or is it over. Then I'll reply to your question. Is the Operation Sindoor on?
Can I answer?
Because we are not aware of what you all are doing, because there are no press conferences, there is nothing you are taking.
Okay, my dear friend, I'm answering it.
Give me the reply for that.
Can I answer, Navika ji? Can I answer,
Yes,
Mr.
please,
Sodawala?
what a reply. I'll continue.
I'm giving you listen.
Yes or no?
Operation.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Operation Sindoor is on sports battlefield. The Operation Sindoor is on the battlefield. The Operation Sindoor against Pakistan is on everything. Yes, because we will isolate, we will finish Pakistan, we will disseminate Pakistan, whether it is in cricket, whether it is on the sport, whether it is on the battlefield, whether it is in hockey, everywhere. Because Pakistan for us is an enemy. And we crush our enemy everywhere.
I asked my question.
Not like you.
I got my reply.
Can I continue? Play friendly.
Okay.
Nothing
All
is
right,
going to be
carry on
Pakistan.
with your point.
Neither cricket,
Well,
neither goalie,
Pradeep Bhandari, take a deep
Nothing
breath.
is friendly
Take a
with
deep
Pakistan.
breath. Well, take a deep breath. But Sajid Sopariwala, so you got your answer. So what is your statement now?
My sisters have not got justice yet. They, even after getting the justice, you are going and like playing cricket with the killers. Pakistan, you have yourself declared that we are on with the Operation Sindoor. Is this the way that you are having an Operation Sindoor? Playing cricket is Operation Sindoor. How important it was to play cricket with the enemy.
Are we getting into an area
we all are crying here
where it has
with the
become a
emotions.
political battle more than any logic that is being applied here? My only question is, यासिन मलिक, याकूब मेमन पर इनका ये व्यू नहीं होता, लेकिन इंडियन टीम पर सडनली इतना गुस्सा क्यों आ रहा है?
Yeah, Navika, दो तीन चीजें. Look, one, I think in India everything will be politicized. So if people are politicizing something like a tweet from the Prime Minister, it will be politicized. We are that kind of a people, and nothing. I might not like it, but it happens. Secondly, look, I think the way I look at the Prime Minister's tweet is, and purely from a analyst point of view, I think it reflects the depth of sentiment which is there in the government. And in the leadership against Pakistan. If I was a Pakistani, I would be extremely worried about the depth of sentiment which is being reflected, that the Prime Minister, who normally maintains a lot of gravitas on a lot of issues, suddenly, and he could have simply just congratulated the team. He did not need to equate it to, a war that had just transpired. Navika, I'll just say one more thing, and very controversial, and I know I'll be lambasted for it. Everybody in India loves to hate the BCCI. But let me just say one thing. There are many things that the BCCI does very wrong. But let us admit one thing. The BCCI has made India the cricketing superpower of the world, and for that it must be given credit. It does its Faustian bargains and Faustian deals, but it has built cricket, it has built fabulous infrastructure, it has promoted meritocracy in cricket, and it has done well by cricket. So to that extent, I'll give the BCCI all credit, but I hate the BCCI for getting into those Faustian bargains with third-raters like the Pakistanis. So I thought I must put the record straight on that.
Well, absolutely. And when Surya Kumar Yadav, the Indian captain, comes out and says that whether they are on the cricket team or off it, the fact that the Prime Minister of the country actually is standing by them gives the cricket team the attitude of saying, take the trophy, go away. For winners, for heroes, any trophy or medal means nothing, because the world knows that Indian team won this match, won the Asia Cup. The Pakistanis behaving the way they do, actually petty and absolutely working like, what can I call them, chores, because they ran away with the trophy. The fact of the matter is that opposition parties within India actually are not being able to see this and appreciate the sense of patriotism that this Indian cricket team has brought back in terms of memories that have been made and in terms of the sentiment uplifting that it has created. Clearly is extremely, extremely sad. They should laud the team. They should laud our boys for what they did. And with what chutzpah, with what statement, and with what flamboyance. Well, I'm rooting for the men in blue. Are you? Do write in to us. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.